Well, live.
Good day and welcome back as we continue to look at glimpses of social business. It is my pleasure to welcome you all back. We have more opportunities to learn from others' experiences, so we learn from each other and encourage each other. We enjoy the diverse business sharing that we are experiencing. I welcome our moderator, Lamia Hafiz, Community Lead, Impact Hub Dakar. We just had Lamia sharing about Impact Hub Dakar. It is good to hear about the impact you're making and encouraging us to collaborate. You said time to act is now, and you say we must be part of the change. Also joining us in this session is Professor Mohammed Yunus. So I hand over to you, Lamia Hafiz. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monica. Hello and welcome to all our friends from social business, change makers, speakers, and viewers from all around the world. I am Lamia Hafiz, speaking live from the Impact Hub office in Dhaka, and I will be your MC for the next 30 minutes. So welcome back to another session of the Glimpses of Social Business. In this session, we're going to learn about some of the most thriving social businesses and celebrate their contribution and success in creating a world of 3 zeros, as was envisioned by Nobel laureate Professor Mohammed Yunus. In the session, we will also be hearing from a number of social businesses, and we'll be watching a video presentation from a leading social business venture in healthcare. A very inspiring session. I hope it will give us the opportunity to learn from the best in the industry and also celebrate our achievements in creating a world of 3 zeros. Without further ado, let's jump into the presentations. First up, we have Monica Yunus and Camille Zamora, co-founders and executive co-directors of Sing for Hope. Let me give you a short introduction about both of them. Soprano Monica Yunus is the co-founder of Sing for Hope. Ms. Yunus has performed with the world's leading opera companies, including the Metropolitan Opera, Washington National Opera, the Zouk Festival, and in recitals in Spain, Guatemala, and her native Bangladesh. She's been named a 2016 Young Global Leader of the World Economic Forum, honored with the 21st Century Leaders Award as New Yorker of the Week, named one of the top 50 Americans in philanthropy by Town and Country, a leading voice in the Artist as Citizens discussion. She has performed and spoken at the Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit, Skoll World Forum, Aspen Ideas Festival, and the United Nations. She's the daughter of our beloved Nobel Peace Prize laureate Mohammed Yunus. Ms. Yunus is a graduate of the Juilliard School. Joining her is also Camille Zamora, who's an advocate for the arts in education. Camille is the co-founder of Sing for Hope and Arts Peace Corp, nonprofit that creates initiatives, including the Sing for Hope pianos in public spaces from the Bronx to Beirut. This dismantle barriers and promote the mission for art for all. During the pandemic, Sing for Hope became one of the most significant employers of freelance professional musicians in the US by providing 125 days of consecutive live musical programming at Javits Vaccination Center, reaching an estimated 270,000 community members. A leading voice in the citizen artist conversation, Camille has presented and performed at the United Nations, the US Capitol, Aspen Institute, Harvard University, Oxford University, the Skoll World Forum for Social Entrepreneurship. She has been honored with the Kennedy Center Citizen Artist Award and a 100 Hispanic Women Community Pride Award, and named one of the top 50 Americans in philanthropy by Town and Country. NY1, New Yorkers of the Week, and one of CNN's most intriguing people. She serves on the board of directors of Grameen Creative Lab and the Juilliard School. May I please welcome Camille and Monica.
Thank you, Monica and Camille. You wait for a minute. I just want to say a few words before the session begins to draw your attention, because I'm excited about this session. It's a very unusual session, if you can realize that. If you look at the faces and the persons who will be presenting things, each one is coming from a very different background. And you just heard very elaborate way on art and culture part of it. And then you'll not hear about art and culture anymore, because you will jump into sports maybe. So you'll have a sports thing coming up, and then academia thing will come up and talk about academia, what's going on. Entrepreneurship, particularly youth entrepreneurship, will come out. So each one is different. That is obvious. That's a sin. The point that I wanted to mention, not only they are different, they are talking from each sector at the top. They're not talking about some mid-level or a low-level activities and so on. They're all looking at the top, what needs to be done, what they're doing. in a global way, in a kind of a creating, as we say, during this theme of the Social Business Day, creating a new civilization. So each one is in that context. It's not just a random group of people coming and talking on each subject. Is they are the leaders in each one of them, every one of them. So you please pay attention to what they're saying, and we have a lot to learn, a lot to know what they do. And I welcome them. We are very lucky to have them all together in one panel. Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
Wow, thank you for that beautiful introduction, and a happy birthday to my wonderful Abu, and happy Social Business Day to everybody here. I am just smiling from ear to ear because it's true. It's a very rare occasion to, again, gather and to allow ourselves the opportunity to learn from one another. And it's like a beautiful, we're in June, in the month of June, and hopefully wherever you are, you have some kind of beautiful garden near you, and you can see the different flowers, each one more incredible, more exquisite than the next. And this is kind of like this panel discussion. We'll all be learning from each other and looking at the intricacies of each flower petal of the social business garden, if you will. So as a wonderful introduction from Lamia, thank you so much for reading out my bio. I'm Monica Yunus, and I'm delighted to tell you a little bit about Sing for Hope. I'm joined by my co-founder, Camille Zamora, and we just wanted to give you a brief overview of what we've been doing. During the pandemic, it's turned everything that we've done at Sing for Hope on its head, which has given us an opportunity, if you want to be optimistic about it. Everything that we do at Sing for Hope is using the arts to build community, to allow people to understand and to get to the heart of where their expression, whether they consider themselves artists or not. So in our case, we are artists. In our case, our genre is opera singing. We sing lots of different wonderful characters, but we've also built Sing for Hope to give a thread, a lifeline, if you will, to others to use their creativity to better our world. During the pandemic, we didn't have the opportunity to go in person, to go to the hospital beds, to go to elder care facilities. But those vulnerable communities needed us more than ever. So everything we did was to try to use our programming and use everything that we once did to try to do it in a way that suited the restrictions of the pandemic. One of the ways in which we did that was something called Open Arts, very much using Zoom, just like we're doing now, but doing concerts, doing open conversations with those elder care communities, hospital communities that we couldn't go to in person, but using the technology, we were able to present to them in this way, and to give them a sense that they had still access to the arts. Another thing that we did, which we'll show a little video about in a moment, but I'll pass over to Camille and not use up all of our time, and allow you a little opportunity too to chime in. Please, Camille.
Absolutely. And just echoing my wonderful bestie and co-founder here, just, many, many thanks for the beautiful convening this morning. It's such a joy to be here on Social Business Day, and happy birthday, Professor Yunus. To Monica's point about the fact that, the pandemic, I think, turned so many things. It turned Sing for Hope on its head. It turned so many of our lives on their heads in ways that, sometimes make us smile because we've been innovative, and in many ways break our hearts. It has been a time that was inconceivable 2.5 years ago. And certainly the way that Sing for Hope functions is night and day different, beginning just with the very simple fact that we used to be a volunteer power organization, and we now pay all of our artists. So that's a very simple conversion. But I think, with this idea of reversal, I want to begin at the end and just reflect back one of the most beautiful social business principles, one that I think informs the starting place of Sing for Hope, which is do it with joy. It's the final social business principle. In some ways, it sounds like, that's a happy postscript. That's a wonderful extra idea. No, actually, what I would say is that in some ways, do it with joy is the starting place for everything that we do. Why is that? Because we know that when we feel joy, we are working efficiently. When we feel joy, our cells are vibrating in a way that allows our messages to travel further. And one of the reasons why art is such an optimizer of social cohesion, of learning, of healing, is because it generates joy in ourselves. So all of that said, it's built into our name, Sing for Hope. It is about a delivery system for good high vibrations, a delivery system for a positive energy, which allows us to do things, including finding a universal language, finding a commonality in a world that can feel so terribly, terribly divided. So, on the heels of the pandemic, we find ourselves dealing with a very heartbreaking situation in the Ukraine, as we all know. And one of the things that Sing for Hope knew is that for us, we couldn't sit to the side. We had to find a way to use our tools at Sing for Hope, in particular our Sing for Hope pianos, to respond to the crisis in the Ukraine. So we would love the opportunity to share with you all a video that just shows a little bit about what we've done in the last couple of months, and that hopefully has brought already joy and change to a very difficult situation. And we hope that it makes you feel some joy this morning.
Das bewegt Bayern heute. Die Abendschau.
Die Heimat verlassen müssen von heute auf morgen. Ja, das ist auch aktuell für viele Ukrainerinnen und Ukrainer. Ist derzeit leider für sie Alltag. Vor allem für die Kinder ist so eine Situation ja unfassbar, unglaublich schwer. Umso wichtiger ist es dann, wenn sie hier ankommen, von dem Engagement von Menschen zu profitieren, wie zum Beispiel von dem Fürther Künstler Peter Herr, der nämlich ein besonderes Projekt aus New York zu uns nach Franken geholt hat.
Dieses Klavier in einem Fürther Hostel wird heute zu was ganz Besonderem. Dafür sorgen diese Kids, die aus der Ukraine fliehen mussten und hier wohnen. Street-Art-Künstler Peter Herr alias Momoshi hatte die Idee dazu und unterstützt, wo er kann.
Ja, es macht total Spaß. Es ist natürlich manchmal schwierig zu sagen, da nicht anmalen, hier malen, da malen, dass es noch passt, aber es macht total Spaß. Und selbst wenn sie drüber malen, mein Gott. Ist halt so der kreative Prozess.
Die Aktion findet im Rahmen von Sing for Hope statt, eine gemeinnützige Organisation aus New York. Ziel ist es, den Menschen durch die Kunst etwas zurückzugeben. Namenhafte Musiker wie Grammy-Gewinner Jon Batiste zählen zu den Unterstützern. Künstler Momoshi will die Organisation nun auch in Europa etablieren.
Sing for Hope hat schon hunderte Klaviere bemalen lassen, in New York hauptsächlich, von New Yorkern Künstlern. Und dann kommen die auf öffentliche Plätze, bleiben dann eine Woche, 2 Wochen. Und die haben noch so eine kleine Armee von Leuten, die dann immer, wenn das Wetter schlecht ist, die Klaviere noch bedecken und schützen. Und nach 2 Wochen werden sie verschenkt an Krankenhäuser, Waisenhäuser.
Camille Zamora, Opernsängerin und Mitgründerin der Organisation, ließ sich diese besondere Aktion nicht entgehen und schaute per Live-Schalte aus New York vorbei. Die Kids sind natürlich mächtig stolz auf ihr Kunstwerk.
Die Kinder können durchs Malen ihre Gefühle ausdrücken, die Situation, in der wir uns befunden haben, und den Stress abbauen in einer gemeinsamen und interessanten Aktivität, die Spaß macht.
Hier ist es sehr lebendig. Man kann sich hinsetzen, man kann mit den anderen reden. Es ist sehr schön.
Ja, es gefällt mir sehr gut. Hier kann man sehr viel malen und ich habe noch nie so gemalt wie heute.
Auch Fürths Oberbürgermeister Thomas Jung war von der Kreativität der ukrainischen Kids begeistert. Street-Art-Künstler Momoshi will nun zeitnah eine Spendenaktion im Rahmen von Sing for Hope für die Mädchen und Jungen hier aus der Ukraine schaffen.
Ich möchte auch ein bisschen die New Yorker Künstlerszene und die fränkische Künstlerszene dadurch zusammenbringen und dass wir dann praktisch gemeinsame Kunstwerke erschaffen für den guten Zweck.
An diesen besonderen Nachmittag werden sich die Kinder noch lange erinnern. Ein Moment, um den Krieg in der Ukraine einfach mal zu vergessen.
Thank you so much. I know we only had a short 5 minutes to give a little brief introduction. We invite all of you listening today to check out more on singforhope.org, and thank you for this time. We're looking forward to hearing from everyone else in the garden. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Monica and Camille. This was truly, truly inspiring how you've been using art and music to bring so much joy to the people and the children. To move on, I would like to next invite Mr. Ratan Kumar Nag, Managing Director of Gramin Shakti Samajik Babsha Limited, Nobin. Mr. Ratan Kumar Nag is currently working as the Managing Director of Gramin Shakti Samajik Babsha Limited. Mr. Nag was Managing Director of Grameen Bank and one of the earliest associates of Nobel laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus since the project period of Grameen Bank. Mr. Nag also worked with CASFOR Malaysia on deputation from 1997 until 1999, where he supervised Grameen replication projects in Asia Pacific region. He participated in various national and international seminars, symposiums, and conferences. Mr. Nag is a member of the board of directors of Gramin Shakti and Gramin Krishi Foundation. He has completed his master's in management and from the University of Dhaka. May I now invite Mr. Ratan.
Good evening, everyone. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you, Lamia Hafiz, for wonderful introduction of mine. Gramin Shakti Samajik Babsha is one of the social business initiatives in Bangladesh, under direct supervision of Nobel laureate Dr. Muhammad Yunus. Unemployment is one of the major social problems in Bangladesh and all over the world. We know young unemployment rate of Bangladesh is high. In Bangladesh, every year 2.2 million young people come to the job market. Among them, 0.7 million only got the job. So conventional job is not a solution for overcome this problem. New entrepreneur is a way to solve this unemployment problem. Nobel laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus invites different Gramin companies to mobilize social business fund. 4 of Gramin companies of Gramin come forward and mobilize social business fund. Companies are Gramin Shakti Samajik Babsha Limited, Gramin Telecom, Gramin Trust, and Gramin Kalyan. In 2013, all of these companies introduced Nobin program for the children of Gramin Bank borrowers and non-Gramin. Nobin program is for solving the problem of youth unemployment. Nobin considers young people not as a burden or liability, but as asset and resource. The theme of this program is "We are not job seeker, we are job giver." It is partnership model between investors and new entrepreneurs. The investors companies regular monitoring the performance of the business. Investors cannot take any profit from the business. Profit should be plowed back as equity in the company. The investor will take the investment money, including technical assistance costs, when selling the share. After selling the share, entrepreneur became owner of the company and he can engage in social business again. Now, 90,000 new entrepreneur projects has been running by 4 companies. 30,000 are female investment. 30,000 are female. Investment amount is 110 million US. On an average, 3,000 projects get approval in every month. By this program, there are around 30,000 additional jobs have been created. These 4 companies has been covered near about 54 districts out of 64 districts of Bangladesh through 2008 unit offices by 606 staff. Post-COVID pandemic increased unemployment number rapidly. Many young people have lost their job, decreased their salaries. Number of young girls became married. Many informal sector not run properly due to wave of pandemic. This time we are working this group of young entrepreneurs. Many young jobless persons became interested to be an entrepreneur now. Mr. Shamim is the best example of one new entrepreneur. In 1997, he has started his nursery business by the seed money of $50 from his mother. His mother is a Gramin Bank member. The nursery business has become a very profitable venture, helping the rural poor to cut poverty and achieve self-reliance side by side with improving environment, ecology, and biodiversity. He began his nursery business by setting up Shamim Nursery from 1997 in his area. Achieving success within 9 years, he expanded his business and his total investment is US 35 thousand, and total area of nursery 10 bighas of land. Now 15 persons work at his nursery. Like Shamim Mia, there is huge number of successful stories in our record book. Those who inspired to others to become sustainable entrepreneurs. I am inviting all of the participants for watch a video clip to one of our new entrepreneurs and watch some image of our entrepreneurs activity.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আমি মোহাম্মদ শামীম হোসেন, গ্রামীণ শক্তি সামাজিক ব্যবসায়ী এলেঙ্গা ইউনিটের তৃতীয় দফায় একজন উদ্যোক্তা। আমার প্রকল্পের নাম শামীম নার্সারি, ভবাপুর টাঙ্গাইল। আমার মা গ্রাম ব্যাংক থেকে সর্বপ্রথম 500 টাকা ঋণ নেয়। আমার ব্যবসা শুরু 1997 সালে। প্রথম মূলধন মার কাছ থেকে আমি নেই 5,000 টাকা। আমার নার্সারিতে বিভিন্ন প্রকার ফলস, ওষুধি এবং বনজ গাছ বিক্রি করা হয়। আমি সামাজিক ব্যবসা থেকে প্রথম দফা নিয়েছি 5 লাখ, দ্বিতীয় দফা 8 লাখ, তৃতীয় দফা 10 লাখ, এই সর্বমোট আমি 23 লাখ টাকা নেওয়া হয়েছে। আমার বর্তমানে ব্যবসার মূলধন হলো 40 লাখ টাকা। এখন পুঁজি নেওয়ার পূর্বে হলো আমার কর্মচারী ছিল 2 জন, বর্তমানে এখন কর্মচারী হলো 8 জন। বর্তমানে আমার এই পুঁজির থেকে প্রতি মাসে নেট লাভ থাকে 60 থেকে 65,000 টাকা। আমার ব্যবসা সম্প্রসারণের মাধ্যমে সমাজ থেকে বেকারত্ব দূর করে আর্থিক সচেতনতা ফিরে আনার আমার একমাত্র লক্ষ্য। ধন্যবাদ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আমি মোহাম্মদ
Aziz, we have some picture also. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, and congratulations to you for all the wonderful jobs you've created through your social business. I am truly elated. To move on, now we'd like to share the story of Grameen Healthcare Services in a small video. Grameen Healthcare Services is a social business enterprise working to address the healthcare service sector, particularly eye care treatment in Bangladesh, especially to the low income and less privileged people. Unlike traditional businesses that are driven with the motive of profit maximization, activities of GHS are operated by following the principles of social business for a maximum benefit of the society. At present, Grameen Healthcare Services is operating 4 eye hospitals, 4 primary eye care services centers, and a surface water treatment plant and a nursing college. May I please request the tech team to play the video.
Sight is the most wonderful gift. Vision impairment and blindness are major health issues in Bangladesh. According to the Center for Injury Prevention and Research Bangladesh, across the country, 750,000 adults and 48,000 children are blind, and about 19% of our population suffer from some degree of visual impairment. Grameen Healthcare Services is working tirelessly to improve the situation under the guidance of distinguished economist, Nobel laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus.
Grameen Healthcare Services. This is a company we created to address the healthcare issues in a social business way, so that we can cover the cost at the same time we get the excellent services to people. Grameen Healthcare Services have been involved in the past in many initiatives. Most important one that stood out is the creation of Eye Care Hospital. was founded in 2007. And the hospital has the capacity of 10,000 cataract operation per year. And we had a great hope that we would be able to contribute in helping people overcome their eye care issues.
Before 2007, specialized eye care services were out of reach for the people of Bogra, a northern district of Bangladesh. Patients would be bound to travel to the Dhaka, the capital, which is costly and time-consuming option. Since its inception in Bedgari Bonani, this Grameen GC Eye Hospital has been providing eye care services to all classes of people, especially low-income and underprivileged people of Bogra for the past 15 years, as it is first secondary level eye hospital. In continuation of these, another 3 modern eye hospitals have been established in Borishal, Thakurgaon and in Shatkhira. We have a plan to set up more eye hospitals in future. We have a number of state-of-the-art equipments for diagnostic and treatments. IOL power is measured with a German-made IOL Master 700 machine. Cataract surgeries are performed with US-made Centurion Gold phaco machine. The doctors and the MLOPs of these hospitals are experienced and have been trained from home and abroad. They are also specialized in high-quality phaco surgery. We are continuously improving the management of our hospitals through the recruitment of skilled personnel. We have provided eye care services more than 2 million patients. Out of 2 million, 6 lakh patients have been given free services through eye camps. We have performed 1,35,000 eye surgeries, including 1,10,000 cataract and 25,000 septic surgeries. We have provided surgeries completely free of charge to 10,000 low-income patients. 50,000 surgeries were provided at subsidized rates. These hospitals provide comprehensive medical checkups alongside vision tests to ensure the patient's overall well-being. Grameen Eye Hospitals have dedicated for providing services to glaucoma and pediatric patients. We provide a number of specialized eye exams, eyeglasses, and medicine at affordable prices also. Vision Center is a permanent small setup located in rural or semi-urban areas. Vision Center ensures primary eye care services, raise public awareness. Vision Center increases personal and national productivity through curing eye disease. We have 4 vision centers at present and have a plan to set up more vision centers in near future. During the peak of COVID-19 pandemic, the Grameen Eye Hospitals took initiatives to increase awareness and to support public health. We distributed masks, food, and financial aid to the local communities. Patients in rural areas are often left without proper treatment due to financial constraints or lack of transportation. We bring our services to the doorsteps of these disadvantaged people through our vision centers and eye camps held in rural communities. Grameen Healthcare Services Limited believes that delivering medical services to every person in the country brings the future of our country closer to its infinite potential.
Grameen Healthcare Services is a social business organization. We mainly deal with all eye care activities, as eye is stated to be one of the most critical organ of a human body. Our main aim is to eradicate the needless blindness from the society, in fact, from the nation. We do have 5 core services, what we offer in the form of consultation, cataract surgery, septic surgery, glaucoma, and pediatric services. And to serve all these things, we do have 4 eye hospitals till date and 4 vision centers. In next 5 years' time, we have the plan to have 6 eye hospitals and 20 vision centers across the nation. And the vision of Grameen Healthcare Services is to provide eye care services at a very affordable cost and to all class of people, and thus contributing to the overall socio-economic development of the country. Grameen Healthcare Services proudly owns the best nursing college in the country, known as Grameen Caledonian College of Nursing. It is operating with a joint collaboration with a very reputed Scottish university known as Glasgow Caledonian University.
We operate hospitals as social business, where investors do not take any profit. Our entire earnings are spent on expanding the scope of our services, on modernizing our equipment, on staff training, and on providing subsidized medical services to the economically disadvantaged patients. Our goal is to ensure quality healthcare services at affordable cost to the doorsteps of the urban, semi-urban, and rural Bangladeshi.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Up next, we're going to be joined by Yoko Yusuf, Operations Director of Unisports Hub. Yoko Yusuf is the program manager at the Unisports Hub. In that role, she gets to combine her passions to empowering human beings in sport. In particular, she empowers athletes around the globe to create a new economic opportunities for themselves and for others. Being involved in the creation of solutions in and through sport, she led solidarity projects with international NGOs in Asia. Yoko speaks French, English, Spanish, and a few words of Vietnamese. She played handball in an elite school sport in France and graduated with a master's degree in international relations in Australia. Nowadays, she can be found reading a book on the beach in Barcelona, Spain, and from time to time training Muay Thai in Phuket, Thailand. May I please invite Yoko to share her an overview of the Sports Hub.
Hi, everyone. So I'm actually here in Paris, neither in Spain or Thailand, but really happy to be with all of you to celebrate social business. I'm going to share my screen. Please, can you let me know if it's working? Yes? Okay, super, thank you. So yeah, it's a great pleasure. I do it with joy to introduce the Unisports Hub. So obviously I cannot present the Unisports Hub without mentioning you, Professor Yunus. So I know, I'm sure many people know you already, so I'm just gonna say thank you for being such an inspiration and such a great leader for all of us, and happy birthday. Also have to mention social business because we are social business. Social business, as we know, is a non-dividend business to solve a social or environmental problem. And Professor Yunus, you have shown us that social business can apply to many sectors, and we can see today in art, in health, in many other industries. And in sport, we believe that it really has the power and it can foster many changes. So that's us, the Unisports Hub, and under the leadership of Professor Yunus, we are the global social business network creating local solutions in and through sport. So how we do it really over the last couple of years, 30, 40 years, Professor Yunus has been building this incredible network all around the world. And now we can capitalize on this network to create global solutions, but use as well the local expertise to provide very local solutions. So that's quite important to understand that, yes, we are truly a global network, but we are very rooted as well in the local community. So what we do exactly is 3 things. First, we promote the sport and social business concept around the world so more people can start creating businesses and help us, all of us, solving more problems. Second, we're gonna work with organizations and enable them to implement their own sport and social business solution. And finally, we're gonna support this amazing community of sport and social business entrepreneurs all around the world. So we do it through trainings, incubation, consulting, turnkey program, venture building, like events. Really, we have a service that's really appropriate to the solution that has to be implemented in the field. We have many services, but what we tend to do as well is really to focus on 5 solutions. And that's our solutions that are gonna answer inherent and recurrent program. So we have the athlete entrepreneurship solution, the youth engagement solution, the NGO transition support solution, sport and social business center solution, and inclusive events. Today, I'm just gonna give you like a very quick overview of each of these solutions, but I'm gonna put my details in the chat as well. And if you want more information, please feel free to text me. I would be really happy to share more information and also to hear about any problem you have or solution you would like to implement. So the athletes entrepreneurs, we mainly think about sport as an incredible world, but sport also have its problem. And when it comes to athletes, many are facing financial difficulties. So what we want to do really is to help these athletes entrepreneurs to become more financially sustainable. So we designed this program to help athletes all around the world to become entrepreneurs. We help them from refining their ideas to launching their own social business. Solution number 2, youth engagement. Here, our goal is really to train the global sport leaders of the 21st century. So we really believe that by creating this community of enthusiasts and educated sport leaders, we're going to encourage more and more people all around the world to embrace social business and start their own program to solve local solutions. Solution number 3, NGOs Foundation. Here, the idea is really to bring financial sustainability to the development sport for development sector. So what we do is to help charities to transition from a 100% charity model to a social business model or to an hybrid model. What it means is like we're going to help them to create an activity that will generate revenues for the organization. And that way, they will be less dependent on grant and donation, and they could focus more on their social mission. Solution number 4, Sport and Social Business Center. Here, we empower social entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs in development through sport. So basically, let's say we have sport centers all around the world, and the idea is to create in those sport centers an ecosystem that will allow the local community to not only come to do sport, but also to have access to basic services such as healthcare, also trainings, education, and why not entrepreneurship support so they can start their own business and again give back to the community or just have more revenues for themselves. And solution number 5 is inclusive events. Now sport events are all around the world. What we want to do is to contribute to organize better sport events for better outcomes. It's very simple. The idea is to help social enterprise to get access to the market of this sport event. The market of the sport event is huge. There is a lot of budget that is necessary to organize this game. The goal is to help, as I was mentioning, this social enterprise to get access to the market, because not only they would provide whatever is needed to organize the game, the services, the product, the infrastructure, and so on, but at the same time, they will also have a social impact in their community. For example, a local caterer will only use a local product, or an organization that will take care of transport will only hire people with disability. Anything. That's really the goal. Before I end, because we only have 5 minutes, I don't want to be too long. I just want to give you a quick highlight of our results last year, because we are very proud of them. So in 2021, or 2022, more than 2,500 people have been engaged and trained in social business by the UNOSPORTS. We have also helped 500 entrepreneurs all around the world to apply to applications so they can get support. And we have accompanied and really like supporting during months more than 130 entrepreneurs to launch their business until their first sales. And altogether, the Yunus Sports Hub, but also all the beneficiaries of the youth, the athlete entrepreneur, all the social business entrepreneurs in sport, altogether, we contributed to the SDGs in 47 countries in 2021. And I can tell you that this is just the beginning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yoko. I think as an athlete myself, me and my friends often get asked, what is the point of this? Where do you want to go after this, after you retire? So thank you so much for all the efforts and all the activities that you are doing. I'm really excited to maybe visit soon to one of your sports centers. We are now at our last presentation. To talk about the highlight of YSBC activities, I would like to invite Zinat Islam, Manager of Academia Network at the Yunus Center, and Shihab Kader, Head of International Projects at Yunus Center. Zinat has been working at the Yunus Center, Dhaka, since November 2018 on creating, maintaining, and strengthening academic partnerships and collaborations. Her focus area is the Yunus Social Business Center, YSBC initiative, which as of now covers 97 global academic institutions with more in the pipeline. On the other hand, Shihab Kader helps social businesses with strategy design and execution at all stages of their life cycle. With 10 years of international development experience, managing over 900 million in 4 continents, he's currently handling a diversified portfolio of international projects, along with Nobel laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus, and his global campaign to make the COVID-19 vaccine a global common good. Shihab is also based in Dhaka. I would like to hand over the floor to you both whenever you're ready.
Zina, should I go first?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Lamia. Since we're almost out of time, I'll keep it very brief. It will be short and sweet. As you know, apart from being the executive office of Professor Yunus, Yunus Center also carries out a series of projects which have regional and global impact. So I will just be talking about 6 of those projects amongst the many that you already know. So the first 2 very exciting ones are the competitions that we arranged with our global stakeholders. One was the Social Business Design Competition, and the other one, the Social Business Fiction Challenge. These competitions are actually geared towards the youth to inspire them alongside the ideals of Professor Muhammad Yunus, and so that they can think about developing their own social business from scratch. And there's an incubation program as well after they're selected. And as this conference goes along, at the last remaining sessions, you will find out the winner of the Social Business Design Competition. We had our 1,000 applications, and we have shortened it to 25, and we'll have 1 new winner. We are very excited to hear about them. Other than that, we also work with the YSBCs. We almost reached 100 of them. And we are in East Africa specifically, we're trying to build the research capacities of these East African universities. We have a research advisory committee, which Professor Muhammad Yunus pioneered, and Professor Cam Donaldson is also helping us with the laws and bylaws of it, so that the East African universities can build their internal research capacities and come up with social business researchers on the ground. A couple of years back, there was hardly any research on social businesses, whereas in East Africa, we already had a proliferation of social businesses. But thanks to the initiative of Professor Muhammad Yunus, we will now be conducting primary research on the ground for these social businesses of these social businesses. Other than that, we are also enabling a healthy ecosystem for social businesses to prosper in Uganda. We are working with local stakeholders as well as a YSBC called the Kampala International YSBC University, KIU. So we are working in the 5 regions of Uganda. We are talking to local parish groups. We are talking to the secondary schools and even universities who are not YSBCs right now to build curriculum in their own language, in Swahili, in Ugali, and all the other local languages, so that the key message of Professor Muhammad Yunus and social business proliferates in these local communities. And the last, and we are having some very good, strong signals, strong early results from the ground. And we are hoping to scale up this ecosystem building project from Uganda to other regions of East Africa as well. And the last but not the least, I'm sure you are very well aware of the massive campaign that Professor Muhammad Yunus pioneered at the beginning of the pandemic about making the COVID-19 vaccine a global common good. We had some very good big wins earlier on. but not to mention all the hurdles we faced at the TRIPS Council and every other stages. But the fight is still going on. Professor Mohammad Yunus recently wrote a very strong article on Stat News, which is a Boston Globe-based newspaper. And the big pharma is very much listens to whatever is being written on that newspaper. And he mentioned about building a social business in the pharmaceutical industry to tackle the monopolies. And it has been very well received, and we are continuing our fight. So anybody who's out there who hasn't signed up for this vaccine campaign, please do so. With that, I will pass on the mic to Zina. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Shihab Bhai. As Lamia mentioned, my name is Zinat Islam and I'm the Relations Manager Academia Network at Yunus Center. Our YSBCs are engaged in many different kinds of activities, and we have a whole session on June 30th where many of them will give their updates. So in this slot, I'll share some of the collaborative initiatives that they have done, and I encourage all my YSBCs to work together because it pulls the best of everything. So I have some slides, and I request the tech team to please play my slide. Yes, here you can see, just to showcase, we have had our Malaysian YSBCs who all got together to organize social business symposiums. We have had our YSBCs in India, Career College, Mizoram University, Sharda University, Nepal's King's College, Daffodil University in Bangladesh, get together to work out on ways to collaborate on social business courses, the 3-0 clubs. As I speak now, our colleague Nisha Pandey from Vivekananda Education Society, VESIM in India, and BIMTech Noida are also organizing joint social business day sessions in India now. Then there are programs in AIT Thailand with a master's professional degree on social business in Thailand. And then we also have social business courses by Griffith University in Australia. Next slide, please. Here we see in the Americas, we have HEC Montreal and the Social Business Creation Competition. This is really big. Many students are involved from all over the world. They even have a training for teachers program, which equips academics with the skills to replicate the program in their universities and hence expand the knowledge. We have competitions in Latin America involving our YSBCs in Mexico and Colombia also. Next slide, please. And finally, in Europe, we have had our YSBCs in Glasgow, France, Italy, Spain, work on the Erasmus Plus projects. We have secured funding for research on social business. And we also have a YSBC web lecture section on this, so you can watch it on Social Businesspedia if you wish. And in Africa, of course, we have so many of our YSBCs working together. We'll have research projects, workshops, and competition that my colleague Shihab Bhai just mentioned. So this was just a small short glimpse of some of our YSBC projects. Many interesting ones are in pipeline. And since I mentioned collaboration, there's so many experts on this panel in music, in entrepreneurship, and sports, and I really welcome you to collaborate with us with our huge list of YSBCs. So all young people and experts and powerful personalities like you, we can collaboratively do many initiatives. So I look forward to working with all of you and through Yunus Center on new and exciting projects soon. So thank you very much, and I hand over to the moderator again.
Thank you so much, Shihab and Zinat. I know we're very short on time, but I would like to request for a few extra minutes so I can invite Ms. Lamia Morshed to share a few words.
Hi, thanks. I just want to say thanks. We designed these glimpses of social business sessions so we can go a little deeply into so many examples of beautiful social businesses. I like Monica's comparison of a flower garden. That's exactly what it's like. And Professor Yunus's whole philosophy has been to allow thousands of flowers to grow, and we don't control it. We allow people to take the idea and run with it. And that's, I think, the spirit of our movement. But there's just one question I want to ask Lamia before we play. The reason I'm requesting everyone to stay is we have two little videos, tiny little videos that we would like everyone to stay on for. It's a little surprise element. Lamia, you mentioned you're an athlete. You should tell everyone what sports you play. I don't think we know that.
I played basketball for the Bangladesh national women's team. I consider myself retired now because I have not played in a long time, but I look forward to going back on court. Thank you.
Multidimensional. Okay, can we play first the short video and then the slightly longer video? My colleagues know what I'm talking about.
Usually. Okay, it's now being recorded. So, Professor Yunus has over the last decade had significant issues.
Okay, maybe we should stop recording before continuing to talk, Saskia.
Stop, you mean?
Yeah, I don't think so. You should record that.
Okay, you're probably right, Suresh. I just wanted the other team members that are not joining now to know as well, but you're probably right.
Is that the right one? Anyway, sorry, I think we got the wrong video. We were told that that's a birthday wish from the YSB team. Sorry about that. Can we move to the final video that we wanted to play? Sadia, please.
Happy birthday, Nana. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nana. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nana. Now, I have one more song for you. This song is from the movie Willy Wonka, and I'm Charlie, so I'm going to work on this song. Now, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world of your creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no place I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Happy birthday, Nana. Happy birthday.
That's from our youngest social business ambassador, Cyrus, Professor Yunus's grandson. Thank you for that. I think I'll hand it back to Lamia to close the session. And just want to invite everyone to the next session where we're talking about crossing the 100 YSBC. We've just crossed that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lamia. So just to summarize about everything that happened today, we, at the Glimpses of Social Business, we heard from Monica and Camille, who used the beauty of art and music to inspire people and help people during the COVID pandemic. And they did it with joy. They showed us how art optimizes social cohesion and how it generates even more joy and hope. I'm truly thankful to them for sharing their story. We also heard about Gramin Shakti Samajik Bebsha, that is tackling the issues of unemployment through skills development. It was wonderful to hear about the impact that you have made on the women and the children and those who face the hardship of being jobless. And then we saw a video of Gramin Healthcare Services about the need to address the healthcare issues. I applaud their contribution to helping people. I was a bit in shock to hear that there are about 750,000 adults and children who are blind or are suffering from vision impairment. I really hope that we will come together to accelerate their initiative. I understand that vision impairment remains one of the most pressing issues for the citizens of the world, and I hope that Gramin Healthcare will be able to help those with this. We also learned about how sports can play a huge role in social business and how Yunus Sports Hub is creating opportunities for athletes around the world through training, consultation, and so much more. Yogo talked about how creating a community of sport leaders can help solve global issues. And as an athlete myself, I look forward to the sports and social business centers that is designed for people like me and my friends on court. Lastly, we heard the court updates from the Academia Network Yunus Center about their ecosystem building project. and entrepreneurship in order to create positive impact. Of course, about the, we also heard about the massive global campaign to make COVID vaccine to a global common good. I would like to repeat what Shihab Bhai said. Please sign up if you have not already. And then we ended this session with a small surprise from the ever so talented Cyrus, the youngest ambassador of social business. I think that was all that happened. I invite you again for the next session, which is the 100 YSBC announcement. We are running a bit late, but we think if we quickly run over to the session, we can start right away and stay on time. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Lamia Hafiz and I will see you soon tomorrow.
One picture?
Maybe today.
One picture?
Yes, oh, sorry. Can I request everyone to turn on the camera so we can take a quick picture? Tech team, please let us know when the picture is done. Shihab Bhai always has the best poses.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will see you at the next session. Thank you to all the speakers. Thank you so much for being here.